Alright guys, we're starting this off a little bit differently. So I'm at my local cars and coffee meet today, and we're gonna see what we're about to get into. I see some familiar faces I haven't seen in a long time, you know, pandemic and whatnot. Professionally, I'm a mechanic by trade, so funny enough, I saw a guy who literally lives pretty far away who went to tech school like I did for Subaru, and I just happened to see him randomly. We literally live like over an hour away from each other, so it's kind of funny I'm even seeing people like that out here. But without further ado, let me show you guys some cars. Old school Audi just does it for me. Then again, I'm kind of biased. Those BBS wheels are just classic. Interior matches the out, the exterior. Then you have this green on this RS3. This RS3 is nuts. This has BBSs too. Oh my gosh. This is not a popular color choice by any means, but I have to say it looks good. It has the black optic package, so there's no silver trim at all. I mean, this car is gorgeous. Funny enough, I actually wanted an RS3 originally, but I shouldn't even say originally. I should say it was a choice, but the S6 came first. And funny enough, I saw both at the dealer that day, practically next to each other, and I still chose the 6. So I just love the Alcantara on the steering wheel. Beautiful cars here, all clean examples. Oh, this is the old school S6, I believe. Yep, this is the V10, naturally aspirated V10. Oh man, got an Instagram handle here. These things are clean. Like I said, I don't know, old school Audi just does it for me. This just kind of reminds me of like the Transporter. I believe this is the same car they used. Don't quote me on that though.
Oh, this is.
Then you have the RS3, another one. So far I've seen like 4 on my way over here. They're just popular. You have the S4. You have the Porsche over here. I just love how wide these things get. Then you got my dream car. One day. Carbon fiber mirror caps. It's Nardo gray. He's got carbon fiber side skirt extensions, carbon fiber lip. I mean, this thing is perfect. Matte black wheels, carbon ceramic brakes. By the way, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but if you happen to crack one of those rotors, it is very expensive. I don't care if it's a Porsche, an Audi, whatever it is. You crack them, unlike steel, there is no resurfacing. You are replacing a whole rotor. You are stiffing the bill for that, and it's literally thousands per rotor, which is absolutely nuts. So here we have the back with this V10, and seeing carbon fiber in this engine bay is nuts. I mean, this is wild. One day. Not in this color, but one day. We have old school Porsche. Oof. I believe it's a 964. Heat TTRS. We got an S3 over here. Sick color on the BBS wheels. It's not something you see every day. That's amazing. I spy an APR downpipe. Yes, I do. Yep. APR on the back. This thing is great.
That's a skill for whoever buy another Audi again. So yeah.
next to an RS3. You know, I have to say, in my opinion, the RS3 is low-key like the old school S4s in terms of size. Because I feel like nowadays, for instance, like for BMW, what used to be considered a 3 Series nowadays, you know, 3 Series is now like the size of like an old school 5 Series. What used to be a 5 Series is nowadays considered like a 7. Like the sizes have just changed dramatically. And I feel like what the new A4s, S4s, they used to be like the sizes of the old A6s and S6s. They're just big. So now seeing like these threes are supposed to be in concept small. But this is in fact, like, I love how clean this is, but the size of it just makes me feel like what the A4 and S4 used to be in terms of size. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping a little bit, but that's what I feel like. And I'm in love with how menacing the look is on these cars. It's almost like you can't go wrong in any color at all. They just work. And you got this. Oh my gosh. This is like one of those cars that kind of did it for me back in the day when I was a kid in high school. You know, no money, no job, just daydreams. RS5. I mean, this is just one of those that just does it for me. And then you got this. it just gets better and better. It's like the more I walk, the more crazy cars I see. Now this half wrap is fire. Half wrap is insane. You got red interior on this McLaren, carbon fiber on the top of the steering wheel. Oh yeah, she's the fact that this guy's license plate says McLaren, genius. Reminds me of I believe it was Chris Brown's Lamborghini a couple years ago had a very similar wrap. It was like a vape style wrap. So there's a lot going on at this car show. So there's a lot of cars I'm going to be covering. So with that being said, stay tuned.
Yeah.
Old school Ferrari. Oh, this is sick. Absolutely beautiful. And I mean, wow. This is crazy. This is actually crazy. Testarossa. It's not a car you see every day. And that interior is beautiful. Pristine. I don't know if it's ever been restored or not, but if it hasn't been, that's even more impressive. This thing is definitely garage kept in like a climate controlled garage. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Then you have a DeLorean here. Random, but also sick. It's even got the flux capacitor from Back to the Future. Which is dope. And I hear a rotary. Funny enough, I low-key actually know people that know that owner too, of that FCR7 that you hear in the background. It's crazy. You know, it's a very small world. A very, very small world. You see all sorts of people everywhere that you happen to know or know somebody mutually. So that's the car game too, especially here in the Northeast. You're bound to know somebody that knows somebody. Supras here. Now, personally, I'm not crazy about these cars because I feel like Toyota dropped the ball and was completely lazy. And when I say lazy, I mean absolutely lazy. See, in my personal opinion, I feel like Toyota could have easily contacted many aftermarket companies and distributors alike, and they could have saved themselves millions of dollars in the sense of those companies already did the R&D for them all over the years. Instead, they contracted BMW to practically make them a 3 Series interior and stuff an engine from a Z4 into it. So, kind of disappointed because they had every chance to bring back the actual thing. But instead, they chose to pretty much sublet the work to BMW, in my opinion. So they dropped the ball. Dropped the ball big time. Big time. Yeah, I'm not crazy about them. I do like them though. Also, funny enough with the Supra, it is the only car I don't like in black. I like everything in black. I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. Body lines, I like seeing them in brighter colors. But enough about that. I had a friend of mine who had one of these in black back in college. RIP, that car's gone. I don't know, something about old school German that just does it for me. From the check engine lights to the wiring issues. Nonetheless, these things are sick. I just love how timeless this is. Like, just looking into this interior, this just screams early 90s, late 80s. It's just simple, simpler times. You know what I mean? Manual transmission, just fun, enjoyment.
I just debagged it. I did that same thing too. I just debagged my car. I just have loading. I took a screenshot of it.
Then you got this S4 wagon. Absolute fire. Very clean. I'm a sucker for blue.
Everybody I talk to about these cars,
RS5. This Mustang that was behind me in traffic sounds really nice, actually. And you got this AMG. What is this, E55 it looks like? I want to say E55, I could be wrong. It's another one of these cars that was like on my radar when I was younger. Or it might be, is it? Oh, sorry, E63. Sorry, E63. Old school E63. Yeah, E63 is, and this body style, BBS, it just looks great. It just works. It's just perfect. This is where it's at. Clean, big body, roll around comfortably. This is not something you see every day though. BMW Z8. I think this was supposed to be like an ode to the 507, I think it's called, from BMW. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember the name of it, but it was supposed to be a roadster similar to this back in like the 50s, I believe. I think it was BMW 507. It was another car reminiscent to this body style that was just made in limited quantities and had just a sleek, timeless design in terms of you know, the body style. Yeah, these things are sick. It's not something you see every day. And you got the, what is this, the 9th Gen SI? Got a friend of mine, homie of mine, that has one in black. Actually, 2 of them. We got the TSX wagon. This is, wow, there's a lot going on in this engine bay. Alright, so we're just going out straight out the hood with it. There's a big precision turbo. Couldn't even tell you which one it is. don't want to assume, but this is sick. This thing means business.
That's the truck you like, right?
Big old intercooler core. Oh yeah. This is fire. We got the E30 over here. Another one of those cars that I've wanted and just never got. I think that's a Honda. No, is this? Oh my God, I can't remember the name. Is that? It's not the Beat. I don't think it's the Beat. Or is it? Or is it the Suzuki Cappuccino? I always get those mixed up because they're so small. I think it's the Cappuccino actually. Yeah, I think it's the Cappuccino. Small. But this E30 is sick. See, this is what I would have wanted. I just never got around to actually finding one of these cars.
What's up, bro?
What's up? Yeah, if I was still on this wave, I definitely would have stuffed a V8 from the X5 into this. Then again, I'm crazy like that. Love the E30s. You got the NSX. See, this is what I think of when I hear NSX. I'm not thinking of that hybrid twin motor garbage of today. Overpriced, $200,000 nonsense. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, they kind of look good, but this is where it's at. You know, this is what I think of when I think of NSX. Just visceral driver's car. I mean, if Ayrton Senna approved the F1 driver that passed away many years ago, then it can't be all that bad, can it? These cars did what they're supposed to do. I remember being a little kid in the dealership and sitting in one of these playing around with the gear selector. So fun times. Yeah, there's a lot of cars here, and I mean a lot. Funny enough, I'm at this Audi dealer. This wasn't always a dealership. This actually used to be a movie theater, and funny enough, I learned how to drive in this parking lot. So funny how that works. Oof. E34 M5. Funny enough, I have a buddy of mine who also has one of these. Good friend of mine. Good friend of mine. And I am loving this. Very clean example. E34 M5. The wheels on these cars, it's a timeless design. Almost reminds me of some Porsche wheels too. All black interior.
Got the turbines on the other side. my best friend's car, man.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine who actually has an E34 M5 too.
They put a lot of work into that red fins inside.
I see that. That's a sick addition. That's pretty cool. Red fins on the inside. That's dope. Two different sets of wheels on here. Almost reminds me of like drift cars. That's dope.
Nice meeting you, man.
Thank you. There's a lot going on out here. Cars are running it up top. We got this Datsun here, fairly easy. Got Lambo. Got this Datsun. There's a lot of sick cars in one place. Loving it. lot going on here. Whole lot. Fox Body is another car that's been after my heart. One of the very few American cars I'd buy would be a Fox Body. I think these ran from 79 to 93, I believe. Fox Bodies ran to. Got Corbo seats in here. Got a big old tack. Got the shift light on it. Oh yeah. This is just one of those cars where it's simple and it just does what it's supposed to do. Now, just a little rule of thumb, if you see skinny tires like this on the front and a cowl hood, please don't lock it up. Please don't. Big old radials in the back, yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. Don't make that mistake. And this is another one. It's very funny. This is one of those old school cars. It's gonna fool you by appearance and then you sleep on what's underneath the hood. Yeah, if it sounds like a jet engine at the stoplight, don't bother. General rule of thumb, don't bother. Old school Viper. We had a pre-production one at my college I went to. A lot going on today. Wow. Hello. This is a bagged Audi. Ooh. Yeah, this is the stuff. Funny enough, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about stuff like this. Like, look at that S7. It looks great. They both look great, bagged and, you know, aired out. But I always get afraid of just touching higher end cars. Now, people that do this in their spare time or as a hobby, I salute you, because you have to have some sort of bravery, especially if you don't know what you're getting yourself into and you just go for it anyway. Even better, or I should say even more, if that's like your daily driver and you got like work the next day and you're over here doing suspension stuff on some of these cars. You know, I gotta give props and props is due. I love this S7. It's literally like the big body version of my car. So, love it. This, the more I look at it, the more I really don't mind it. Maybe I should have got one of these. Maybe I should have got one of these. But then again, this thing is slammed on wheels, so, you know, it looks even better than what you're used to. But let me not get hung up on that. Let me continue walking. Talking your ear off. Nothing like a clean AMG. Evo, coworker of mine got one as well. Same color. Ooh, I spy an RS6. Now, funny enough, if I take the turbos off of this car and put it onto mine, it's a straight upgrade. I don't know the owner, but I did see his Instagram yesterday on the Cars and Coffee post. I think it starts with like a J or something, but these are sick. Just those are fire. Just the stance. The stance is sick. And I mean sick. E90s. Love them. Yeah, this thing is like the RS6 in flat black is like the equivalent to Darth Vader on wheels. Sorry, Darth Vader on wheels. It is menacing. Absolutely menacing. I wish I could show you the interior, but the windows are tinted. But just take a look at this front end and you tell me this isn't absolutely insane to look at. I mean, that's quality. That is quality. 591 horsepower, twin turbo V8, about the same amount of torque. This thing moves. It's a shame Audi took so long to bring this car to the, you know, to the States.
Woodcount cars and coffee that would do it for DJs. So they set this shit up. But
Old school. Love it. That's the gentleman I was talking to earlier. Wow. Alpina wheels. M88 M6.
What is he?
Nice.
Still living in York? Yeah, I think he's back. He was up
That does it for me. You got this S2K here. Very clean. Very clean. Another RS6. This one's in like my favorite color. This is blue. Amazing. HRE wheels. Beautiful. Just beautiful. I know most people wouldn't look at this, but this looks very familiar. I wonder why. E36. The RK Tune sticker. Hellcat here. I mean, this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Funny enough, I was supposed to buy one of these a couple years ago. Car got sold before I got a chance to look at it. So technically, I wouldn't have bought the Audi, I would have got the GTR instead. But it's like a hit or miss. Kind of glad I didn't. Kind of sad I didn't. Different reasons. As you very well may know. Pros and cons, you know? Pros and cons. This is dope. This is dope. I like the way this sits. Cars here. Got a homie of mine that has one of these in white, drop top. This is a very slow car though. That one's probably faster. It's a little joke between me and him. He calls mine a slow car, I call his a slow car. There we go. Well, 392. Scat pack, I'm guessing. You got this Prelude here. There's an F20B. Usually these are H's, but not this one. This one's F turbo. Or I should say an F with a turbo. Sick catch can setup. It's nice. I have a coworker that has one of these as well. Going on here. Let's see if I can find some folks that I happen to know over the years. See if I can find any others. of those that just leaves you with no words. Oh. I love the sound. I'm a sucker for the sound. That sound is sick. Oh man. That does it for me, man. Fortunately, I wasn't able to see a buddy of mine I spoke about earlier. He ended up leaving. It was too packed, couldn't find parking. So there goes that. But other than that, man, it was a good turnout. It's a pretty good turnout. Like I said, I was supposed to buy one and didn't. That makes me kind of sad, I'm not gonna lie. I was supposed to buy one and did not because it got sold before I got a chance to look at it. Didn't even get to test drive it, nothing. Then we have the E30 M3 I saw earlier in traffic on my way in here. Now this is clean. This is sick. This is classic German. This is what I'm talking about. I just love that. Interior is perfect. Don't know if you guys could really see too much, but it's just clean. So safe to say I'm probably gonna make the bonehead decision and just buy a vert. I think that's the next step. I'm just gonna buy a vert, stuff a V8 in it, and call it a day. But I'm keeping it all BMW. I might have to do that. Don't want to snitch, but the mechanic in me notices an inspection sticker that is expired. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna say anything. But yeah, still got New York plates too, so I'm definitely not gonna snitch on you. Let me keep it moving. Probably doesn't really drive it that much because that's an old sticker, man. It's a real old sticker. S4 next to the M5. I think this is an F10. I also have another buddy that has one of these. Yeah. So. Hold on. This is S4, but very curious. I'm trying to see what's inside. Red calipers. Oh, it's a Pikachu pendant around the mirror. I wish I would have gotten my car in blue, but bought pre-owned, so didn't really have too much of a choice. Yep. There she goes. RS6. Oh man, I would just love to step on it in one of these. Like I said,
That shit is hot, right?
yeah, I was just talking about it earlier. If I take the turbos off of this, it's a direct swap into my car.
Yeah, this
Watch
I
your
just
back.
got, and I met him with this same Nardo, and I'm like, you know what? We gotta
Watch your back, watch your back. Yeah, this is the owner I was just talking to just now. He owns the RS5. Yeah, both Nardo gray. I feel like that one's a little darker though, but yeah, and both cars have the black optic package. Look amazing. You got 285 wide tires on the RS6. Then you got RS5 has a, 275s on it. My car got 255s. A little salty, not gonna lie, a little salty. I think I missed the traction train when they had the cutoff for my car year-wise, but I got the last of the V8 in the S6 because the model that comes right after mine comes with a V6. So not hating on the V6s, it's just I wanted the torque. Funny enough, the newer ones now have like 20 foot-pounds more torque compared to my V8, which is kind of ironic, but it is what it is. Like I said, it's a beautiful turnout. tough. This is clean. This is really clean. I love this thing. Hot rod roaster coming in. But yeah, man, this is where it's at. This is another one where, you know, I just have to ask the car company, like, why did you switch after the fact? Like, this was the only M with a V8 in it from the factory, and then they went back to the 6 cylinders. But I guess when you're putting powerful V8s and other things like, what, the M5 and so on and so forth, you don't want what's supposed to be the smaller car to be a competitor. So, whoa. Over here. That was the Prelude, the white one I filmed earlier that you heard backfiring. A lot going on here. There's the RS6, old school RS6. Very clean. Supra, but I like the color. That's about it. Like I said, I'm not a fan. This is another one of those cars. And this is another dream car of mine, 720. I'm like a kid in a candy store right now. I can't stay focused on one thing at a time. I mean, wow. Just can't stay focused. Look at that BBS wheel. Funny enough, I've seen these for sale for Japanese cars too. I mean, as long as you have like that boss that goes on the shaft itself, it makes sense. But this looks like this is mainly stock. Looks like it's stock completely, but it's nice. It's tasteful. And you got this thing. Looks like it came out of a crayon box. It just pops. I love the color on this. Big turbo. 2J swaps, looks like. We got this thing. GT3. I drove one of these in one of my last videos that I uploaded. So yeah, very nice actually. We got another Porsche behind. Sick cars. Really sick cars. 911 Turbo S. This is beautiful. Let me check out my dream car here though. The 720S. Nope, sorry, 765 LT. This is a new one. It's amazing. I'm gonna have to kind of cut this clip short though because I don't want to get hit with a copyright with the music playing in the background. So. Whoa. I mean, whoa. Got the Volks on an R8. That's tough. That is tough. I like that. I like that a lot. I mean, wow. That does it for me. That front end. Like, imagine seeing that in your rear view mirror and you're frantically trying to get out the way, but you got nowhere to go, and this thing is just on your bumper. Oh, man. I'm calling it now. If it's not one of the McLarens, it's got to be this. This is more obtainable price-wise, but it's got to be this. Need it. Ooh, okay. GT3. Porsche galore here today, man. There's a lot of Porsches. Sick stuff here. I don't even know what this is. I just know this is really old. Oh, it's a Galaxy. Okay. Then you got, I think that's a Pantera. It looks like a Pantera, yeah. Here's a car you don't see. Discontinued, short production. Yeah, the De Tomaso. That is sick. Viper. We got a Ferrari over here. Another Ferrari. Lambo, McLaren. Don't quote me. I think this is the ACR. It might be, it might not be. It might just be kitted to look like one, but ACRs came with no stability, no traction control. This is a driver's car, the 8.4 liter V10, and if you don't got it, it'll humble you real quick. If you don't drive this thing with any sort of respect, it will humble you. I know that. I know that for a fact. Got a Bentley rolling up. That's fire too. I love those. That's one of the newer ones too. So this Ferrari here. This Ferrari is beautiful. This is nice. This thing just pops. I think this is a 488. God, I don't know my Ferraris anymore. It's been a long time. Sorry. It's been a long time. I mean, wow. Got carbon fiber on the back of this. Huracan. It's a Performante. Look at the attention to detail. Look at that crossbar. It's in the body color. I love that. That is sick. That is sick. You got an SVJ over here. SVJ is just nuts. I mean nuts. Look at that. Now, price-wise and performance-wise, funny enough, the 720S isn't far off from this, and I'd rather have the 720. I feel like this is, you know, you're mainly paying for the name versus the 720. The 720 has very similar speed, funny enough, and cost significantly less. I'd rather have the 720. I mean, this makes a statement, but the 720 looks like a spaceship, so you can't go wrong with either. You really can't. You really can't go wrong with either one. Oof. Oh my gosh. Even the older Lambos. This one's on some Advan racing wheels, but it just does something to me. And you got McLaren with the doors up. I think it's nope, it's a 620R. I've never even heard of a 620R. I've heard of like 575 LT and whatnot. I've never heard of this. This is sick. See the interior on this one, and then I'll show you the 620R behind me. This is nice. This is sick. Carbon, that dry carbon. I love this. Red seat belts, Alcantara interior. This is beautiful. This is honestly great. Yeah, man. I gotta figure something out and get me one of these. Check out the wheels on this BBS. RX-7 though. Oh man. You got these Lambos. One rarity at the end lined up, 458 at the end. This lineup is something else, man. This lineup is definitely something else. Got another Lambo over here. This one's an SV. Orange SV. Yeah. Now, I don't want to be that guy, but I just saw somebody touch the spoiler on this one. Like, if it's not yours, guys, keep your hands to yourself. Don't touch it. Like, don't even do that. That's just not cool. But regardless, I like this SV. It's nice in this orange. It just pops. And you got the calipers in the matching color.
This one? That's for two Lamborghinis, right? Yeah, no, that's for the real Ferrari, the yellow.
You got more Lamborghinis down here. This white one that I'm walking up on right now was actually on the highway earlier on my way over here, and it's great. I love it. So this was behind me actually in traffic on the highway, and look at this interior. I mean, wow. Yeah, man, this does it for me. You got the M3 on the side. I believe this is the new body style, the G80. I'm not a big fan of the grills on the front, but they're kind of growing on me. Just got to give things time. Got to give stuff like that time. Instagram handle there. I think these are competition wheels. If they are, you never go wrong with those. Competition wheels usually make a big difference on the car. Yeah, sick. What a sick turnout. And I spy an M4 in a really bright color. Wow. Now, this is a sick example, but let me just tell you guys this. You could never do anything wrong in a car like this. I'm serious. One cop radios to the next one, you'll never get anywhere. You could never do anything wrong in a car like this. This is the brightest thing you can buy. You could never do anything wrong in a car this color. Most of the cars I showed you anyway, you could never do anything wrong in them. But yeah. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I like the M4 a little better than the M3. I really do. This one's sick. I love the spec. And this is also competition wheels as well. Yeah. This is a great turnout we have here today. Great turnout. Well guys, I'm gonna enjoy the show and probably leave in a little bit, so thank you for watching, and catch me next time. Peace.